So the preparation time is over, and now I'd like to call the affirmative side to state their first opinion in 1 minute QQ.
Okay, so for the affirmative side, we believe that we should have a world without marriage, and so I would like to give out 2 main points. And the first one is because marriage could cause a lot of problems in the end, because in Japan we have a lot of a high rate of breaking up, and after that there has been a lot of problems regarding it. And for the second reason is because marriage would also could be used for other things rather than just the thought of, let's say, the two loving each other. So I believe that, and so yeah, from these 2 reasons we think that we should have a world without marriage.
Now I'd like to call the negative side to state their first opinion in 1 minute QQ.
I stand proud to support the world with marriage. My stance ensures freedom of every subject and considers the fundamental characteristic of a human. I have 2 points. I have 2 points to present. My first point is that a world with marriage supports the fundamental characteristic of human being, that being 2 fundamental laws governing humans are self-growth and reproduction. Humans' purpose in existing as a form of life is to preserve oneself and leave behind descendants of their blood. Radically thinking, this is evident. That said, let me raise the merit of marriage. Provide with this point. Marriage would force couples, be it straight or gay or whatever, to construct a concrete bond, providing children, be it theirs or those adopted, with a healthy environment to enter. This will provide a better alternative for every subject, them being couples or children. Obviously, the point that affirmative cannot provide. My second point is freedom. I mean, there's no need to outrightly get rid of marriage. If couples want to marry, so be it. If they don't, that's fine. What I'm standing for is the freedom, which is a fundamental asset for this society, freedom to marry. My proposal supports all of the subjects, whereas the affirmative only cares about individuals with radical opinions. Thank you.
So now I'd like to start the discussion time. I'll give you 6 minutes to talk about this theme. QQ.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. So, give a brief explanation about deep explanation of your opinion.
I would first like to ask you.
Okay. Yeah. Please.
I think I already explained in detail my 2 points.
Yeah.
Could I ask what you didn't? Well, first of all, can you explain more in detail about your points? Your points were.
Yeah. So, first of all, marriage. In Japan, we have a high, not high, but we have a rate of divorce. Divorce, is it? Yeah, divorce. Yeah, and which could really cause a lot of problems. Like, for example, money and their children, in their house or holding. And so, again, it could cause a lot of problems like that. And we think that, so if we have a world without marriage, then all those. Okay, so like I said,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. High divorce rate leads to problems financially.
Yeah.
And for children.
For children, yeah, and such. So.
And your second point is?
Yeah, so like for my second point, like, so in cases of having marriage, like for example, like it was like back in the Taisho era, yeah, a long time ago.
Yes.
We still have, I've heard that we still have some kind of things like that.
Yes.
So like, so those like two couples might marry without any law or whatever.
Consent.
Yeah. So like, which could again lead to the first point, back to the first point, which again would lead to another cause of those kind of problems. So again, without having marriage, I think that it would be, let's say, it could prevent those kind of problems from happening, and also that again, we can't have children without marriage and such. So I think that it's still. So that's why we agree that we should have marriage.
Okay. So the first question about children, I explained that marriage would provide a more concrete relationship for parents, and which is necessary for children to grow healthily. But if parents aren't married, be it gay or straight, if parents aren't married, how can you ensure that their children will be able to have a healthy relationship with their parents, grow healthily?
I mean, like, for our thought, like, we think that we don't have to be, like, they don't have to be with their parents, because, like, first of all, those, like, parents have their own jobs, and, like, after marriage, when they have children, like, for example, the mother would have to, like, stop doing their job and such, and, like, which again,
But would it not be the same?
Oh, sorry, yeah, the system. Okay, so, like, so if they marry and have children, like, again, they would, most of the time for the mother would be, like, it's a big stress, and actually, in Japan, we have a lot of rate of suicides committed by, like, mothers because of, like, stress, especially now, because of the coronavirus. And so, like, without having marriage, it would give them a more free time, like the time for them to use by themselves, or which would again, and for children, yes, I'm sorry to interrupt. So for children, like they can go to I can't find the right word for it. But for example, like church or like places where there are still facilities where they can take their children. Again, in those places, like children still grow up and become proper adults. And I think that there's no need for parents to take care of their children, and not parents, but like those adults to take care of their children, because it would take time away from them. And again, I believe that free time, or like having their own time, is one important part for like adults, especially in like situations like now. So yeah, that's what we think.
Okay, and how do you agree about how there's like it's not necessary to ban marriage, that people can still choose to marry if they want to?
Yeah, I mean,
would you be enforcing every couple, even if they wanted to marry, to not marry?
I mean, because
you firmly believe that you can provide better alternative to them
than
them marrying.
I mean, I don't say like marriage is a bad thing. I mean,
it's not necessarily.
Yeah, but actually, thinking about things thinking of the disadvantages they're going to have in the future, like I believe that it is better to prevent them, because like again, there's no way how you're going to go.
But what if that they choose?
Okay, so time's up, and now I'd like to call the affirmative side to conclude the opinion in 1 minute.
Okay, so for the affirmative side, we think that marriage would again take away time from the adult. Their like own time, like their free time, time for them to think by themselves or to use for themselves, which would again become a really big stress to both of them. like marriage and like again, marriage could cause a lot of problems by those kind of, let's say, in cases of divorcing. And actually, in Japan, there has been a lot of divorce throughout the year. Yeah, and so we can say that in order to prevent those problems from happening, we think that we should have a world without marriage. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call the negative side to conclude their opinion in 1 minute each.
Throughout this debate, affirmative basically undermines schools' role, parents' will. Throughout this debate, basically what affirmative side did, what the affirmative side only did was to undermine the couple's will, undermine the parents' will, undermine all the points that I raised about how a healthy relationship is necessary between parents to raise children, and that there's necessarily no need to ban marriage. The best alternative that he provided was to leave children at facilities to grow there for workers at the facility to take care of the children and ensure them instead of parents. I don't see why this is a better alternative. Obviously, parents raising their children with a concrete relationship is better because they have more manpower, time, and if it's a disadvantage that they chose to take the Soviet, there's no, a president can't simply ban marriage and forcing people to supposedly have more time to themselves. This one doesn't stand.
Thank you. Now I'd like to end this discussion.